you're stuck in the same damn loop, aren't you? Replaying every moment like it's a broken record. But here's the thing. The past isn't coming back. It's dead, buried, and gone. So why the hell are you dragging its corpse into today? You think rethinking it will change the outcome? Get real. It won't. Let's get logical for a second. You've got 86,400 seconds in a day. Every second wasted on yesterday is a second stolen from today. That's math, plain and simple. How much time have you already burned? Hours? Days? Years? What's the return on that investment? I'll tell you. Nothing. Zero. All you're doing is piling regret on regret, like it's some kind of sick trophy collection. What's the point? Are you trying to punish yourself? You screwed up. Fine. Who doesn't? But here's the kicker. Nobody else gives a damn. They've already moved on. They're out there living while you're here stuck, drowning in what-ifs. The world doesn't stop spinning just because you're stuck in quicksand. Now, let's talk about pain. You think yours is special? You think it's some badge of honor to carry it around? Hate to break it to you, but pain doesn't make you unique. Everyone's got their scars. The difference is how they handle them. Some people use their pain as a crutch, an excuse to stay down. Others turn it into fuel. Guess which group wins? You're wasting potential. Every second you spend in your head crying over spilled milk is a second you could have used to build something. You've got skills, don't you? Or are you just another pretender? If you've got the guts to wear that mask, then act like it. Stop hiding behind your own damn excuses. Statistically speaking, every failure you've had is just one more lesson. That's all it is. Edison failed 1,000 times before he nailed the light bulb. You're sitting here whining about one? Grow up. Analyze it, learn from it, and move the hell on. You know why the rearview mirror is smaller than the windshield? Because what's ahead matters more than what's behind. Let's get practical. You've got problems? Good. Problems mean you're alive. Dead people don't have problems. Every issue you face is just a puzzle waiting to be solved. You're supposed to be a hacker, right? Then hack the damn system. Life isn't fair. Never was. Never will be. But it's predictable. You know what happens if you sit on your ass? Nothing. You know what happens if you take action? Maybe something. That's the gamble. Play the odds. And don't give me that I'm tired bullshit. Everyone's tired. Everyone's broken in some way. But the difference between winners and losers is simple. Winners keep going. They don't stop just because it hurts. Pain is part of the process. You don't get stronger without resistance. It's physics. It's It's logic. No pressure, no diamonds. So if you're waiting for it to get easy, you'll be waiting forever. You're in the fight of your life, and the enemy isn't out there. It's in here. It's that voice telling you to quit. That voice whispering that you're not good enough. Silence it. Starve it. Replace it with something louder, stronger. You've got one job. Survive. Everything else is secondary. You're not here to make friends or win popularity contests. You're here to dominate, to prove to yourself that you're not a victim. Look at the numbers. Look at the data. Your past failures don't define you unless you let them. Statistically, the more you try, the closer you get to success. It's probability. The more shots you take, the better your chances. You're sitting on potential, wasting it because you're too damn scared to fail again. Guess what? Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every mistake you've made is just a stepping stone. So stop tripping over them. Time's ticking, and you're not getting any younger. Every second spent in the past is a second stolen from your future. You've got decisions to make, work to do, moves to execute. The past is dead, man. Let it stay there. Focus on what's in front of you. The clock doesn't care about your excuses. It's merciless, relentless, and so should you be. Remember this, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to fix your mess. It's on you. The world doesn't owe you shit. You've got to take what you want. And that starts with letting go of the dead weight you're dragging around. The past doesn't define you. What you do right now does. So, what's it gonna be? You gonna keep living like a prisoner of yesterday? Or are you finally ready to break out and own today? The choice is yours, but don't kid yourself. It's the only choice that matters. The choice is yours, yeah, but don't mistake that for freedom. It's a responsibility. You pick, you commit, and then you act. That's the system. That's how it works. You don't get to sit on the fence, whining about what could have been. Life isn't patient. Opportunities don't wait for you to figure your shit out. They pass you by. Every second you hesitate, someone else is out there taking what could have been yours. You've got to ask yourself, are you the predator or the prey? Because the world doesn't care about your past. It only cares about what you're doing right now. Survival of the fittest. You've read about it, heard it 1,000,000 times. But have you lived it? Have you fought tooth and nail to climb out of the pit you're in? Or are you just sitting there, hoping someone throws you a rope? You're smart, too smart to keep playing dumb. You know this. You've got the tools, the mind, the skills. Hell, you've already done the hard part. You've survived. That's proof you're tougher than you give yourself credit for. But surviving isn't enough, is it? You want more. You want to thrive, to dominate, to look at yourself in the mirror and know you've earned the right to stand tall. That's what this is about. But let me tell you something. That shit's not coming easy. It's not supposed to. Every great thing in this world is built on blood, sweat, and failure. Not wishes, not dreams. Action. Cold, calculated action. You're a hacker. You know the value of precision, of data, of execution. So why the hell are you letting your emotions drive the ship? Emotions are the enemy. They cloud your judgment, slow you down. Logic, discipline, focus, those are your weapons. Break it down step by step. What's holding you back? Fear, regret, anger. Fine. Acknowledge it, then shove it aside. None of that has any place in the mission you've got ahead. Your past doesn't own you. It's a goddamn lesson plan. Each mistake is a data point. Each failure a case study. You're supposed to learn from them, not cling to them like they're some twisted badge of honor. You think the world's gonna stop and feel sorry for you? Wrong. It's too busy moving forward. And if you don't catch up, you'll be left behind. You can't keep looking over your shoulder. The past doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't care. It's static, fixed, done. What you've got is the present, and that's it. That's the only real currency you'll ever have. Spend it wisely. Every second you waste looking back is a second you lose building forward. Every excuse you make is a brick in the wall, keeping you from where you want to be. So stop building walls. Start building doors. Open one and walk through it. You're not trapped. You're just stuck because you're too afraid to move. Statistically, fear is the most common reason people fail before they even start. They don't take the risk because they're afraid of the outcome. But here's the thing. Not taking the risk is a guaranteed loss. You're smart enough to understand that. Playing it safe is a slow death. Taking risks, even calculated ones, is how you break out. It's how you win. Think about the future for a second. Picture it. What do you see? Success, power, freedom, whatever it is, it's not coming to you unless you go after it. That vision you've got in your head, that's the blueprint. Now, all you've got to do is build it. And yeah, it's going to take work, relentless, brutal work. But every brick you lay, every step you take, gets you closer. Look at it this way. The past is a black hole. It pulls you in, drags you down, and leaves you with nothing. The future, that's a blank canvas. It's untouched, untainted. You've got every color at your disposal, every brush stroke in your control. What are you going to paint? another tragedy, another excuse, or something so damn powerful it leaves people speechless. The past is dead. Let it rot. You're not the person you were back then. You've got more knowledge, more experience, more grit. Use it. Stop looking at the person you were and start focusing on the person you're becoming. You're a machine, a force. Machines don't dwell on what they didn't do yesterday. They execute, they produce, they move forward. Failure isn't fatal unless you let it be. It's data. That's all it is. Analyze it, adjust, and adapt. That's what hackers do. That's what survivors do. You think the greatest minds in history didn't screw up? Of course they did. But they didn't let those screw-ups define them. They used them as fuel. That's your move now. Take every setback, every disappointment, every failure, and turn it into fuel. Burn it. Use it to propel yourself forward. You've got one shot at this, one life. Stop wasting it. Every second counts. Every move matters. The past, it's a weight. Drop it. You can't climb carrying that much baggage. Let it go. Focus on the climb. Focus on the peak. And when you get there, look down and realize it was all worth it. You've got the power. You've got the skills. Now, all you need is the resolve. Make the decision. Commit to it. And then act. Relentlessly. Unapologetically. Let the past die. And build the future you've always wanted. No more excuses. No more looking back. Just forward. Always forward. Forward, yeah, that's the only direction worth walking. You know what happens when you stand still? You rot. That's it. Everything starts to decay. Your body, your mind, your potential, it all withers while you sit there waiting for something to change. But change doesn't come from waiting. It comes from movement, action. You think the world owes you an epiphany, some magic sign to tell you when to start. Get over it. That's not how this works. The clock is ticking, man. Always ticking. It's cold, relentless, and it doesn't give a damn about you. You're either moving with it, or you're falling behind. Every second you waste crying about the past is a second you'll never get back. Do the math. If you waste even an hour a day stuck in regret, that's 365 hours a year, 15 days, 2 weeks gone. Multiply that over 5 years and you've pissed away 75 days, 2.5 months of your life. Gone. For what? To relive failures you can't change? To feed your own self-pity? What the hell are you doing? Nobody's coming to save you. That's the truth. Nobody's handing you redemption or forgiveness. If you're waiting for some external force to come and wipe the slate clean, you'll be waiting until you're dead. Forgiveness doesn't mean shit if you don't forgive yourself first. Redemption doesn't come from someone else. It comes from what you do, from the choices you make. It's earned, not given. You've got to take ownership, all of it. The good, the bad, the ugly. You own your wins, so own your losses too. That's how you take control. Because when you own something, you can change it. If it's someone else's fault, you're just a victim. But if it's yours, that means you've got the power to fix it. And that's what this is about. Power. Taking it back. Owning it. Using it. You know what power is? It's focus. It's energy channeled in the right direction. But if you're pouring all that energy into the past, you're wasting it. You're draining your own battery, leaving nothing for the fight ahead. And make no mistake, it's a fight. Life is a battlefield, and the enemy isn't out there. It's not the system, not other people, not bad luck. It's you. It's your mind, your fears, your doubts. That's the enemy you're fighting every damn day. But here's the good news. You're also the solution. You've got the tools. You've got the knowledge. Hell, you've already been through hell and back, and you're still standing. That's proof right there. You've got what it takes. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to let the past chain you down? Or are you going to break free and start building something new? Every great hacker knows that systems are designed to be broken. They're full of flaws, vulnerabilities, weak points. You find them, exploit them, and rewrite the code. Your life is no different. It's just another system. The past is part of that code, but it's outdated. It's obsolete. It's time to debug. Rip out the parts that don't serve you anymore and replace them with something better. And don't tell me it's too late. That's another lie you tell yourself to stay comfortable. Comfort is the enemy. Comfort kills ambition, smothers growth. If you're comfortable, you're not pushing hard enough. Pain is the price of progress. Every failure, every setback, every sleepless night, it's all part of the process. It's how you grow. It's how you get stronger. Look at the facts. Every time you've faced adversity, you've learned something. Every screw-up taught you a lesson, whether you realize it or not. That's value. That's leverage. Use it. Apply it. Don't just sit on it like some kind of hoarder. Knowledge is only power if you put it to work. So, what's stopping you? Fear? Good. Fear means you're alive. Fear means you care. But fear isn't an excuse to freeze. It's a signal, a challenge. You feel it because you're about to step into the unknown. And that's exactly where you need to be. The unknown is where growth happens. It's where breakthroughs are made. You don't find greatness in the safety of the familiar. You find it in the chaos, in the risks, in the failures. Think of it like this. The past is a chain. It's heavy, cold, unyielding, but it's also just metal. It can be broken. It's not some mystical force holding you back. It's you holding on to it. Let it go. Drop it. Free yourself. The weight you're carrying isn't yours anymore. It belongs to a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. That person died the moment you decided to change. So why the hell are you still mourning them? You're not the mistakes you made. You're not the people who hurt you. You're not the opportunities you missed. You're the choices you make today. Right now. This second. That's who you are. And if you don't like it, change it. Rewrite the script. Hack the system. But stop living in the goddamn past. Every second is a chance to pivot. Every choice is a chance to take control. You've got the power to change your story, but only if you stop clinging to the chapters that are already written. The past is dead. Let it stay there. Focus on the now, on the next move, on the next hack. Because the future, that's yours to create. No excuses, no regrets, no looking back. Just forward, always forward, forward, always forward. That's the mantra. That's the only direction that matters. Look, nobody's handing you a roadmap. There's no playbook for your life. You think the people out there crushing it had everything figured out? Hell no. They were just as lost, just as clueless, just as scared. The difference? They didn't stop. They didn't let the past anchor them. They let it teach them. Then they moved. Here's the hard truth. Life is a zero-sum game. You either win or you lose. There's no middle ground. Every day, every decision, every second, there's a winner and a loser. And guess what? If you're not choosing to win, you've already chosen to lose. It's that simple. You don't get points for trying. You get points for executing, for adapting, for overcoming. The past doesn't care. It doesn't factor into the score. Only what you do now matters. You're the programmer of your life. The past is just old code, full of bugs, glitches, vulnerabilities. And yeah, some of it was bad code written by other people. But guess what? You own the system now. It's your job to debug it. It's your job to rewrite it. Nobody else can do it for you. Nobody else will do it for you. Waiting for someone to save you? That's the quickest way to stay stuck. Think about it logically. What's the ROI on dwelling on the past? Zero. Negative, actually. Every second spent on regret, on self-pity, on replaying old scenarios, is a second you could have spent building something new. That's a loss. That's you sabotaging your own damn future. You think you're punishing the past by holding on to it. No, You're just punishing yourself. You're better than this. You've been through too much to stop here. If the past couldn't break you, why the hell are you letting it control you? You've already survived it. That's proof you're stronger than it. But survival isn't the end game. Survival is the baseline. Thriving, that's the goal. And thriving means taking every scar, every mistake, every failure, and using them as fuel. Let me break it down for you. Energy flows where attention goes. If you're putting all your attention on the past, guess what? That's where your energy is going. You're feeding something that's already dead. Starve it. Redirect that energy to where it actually matters. Here, now, today. That's the only battlefield that counts. And you're either fighting to win or you're surrendering. There's no in-between. The past is nothing but data. It's there to be analyzed, not idolized. Look at it, extract the lessons, and move on. You wouldn't sit around staring at an outdated program on your computer, would you? No, you'd update it, improve it, make it faster, stronger, better. So why the hell are you treating your life any different? You've got 1,440 minutes in a day. That's it. No more, no less. Every single one of them is a decision point. Are you using them or are you wasting them? Are you building the future or are you stuck in the past? Multiply that by weeks, by months, by years. What kind of legacy are you leaving? A story of wasted time and unrealized potential? Or a story of relentless growth, of grit, of a man who refused to quit? This isn't about being perfect. Perfection is a myth. It's a trap. It's an excuse to do nothing. This is about progress. One step at a time. One decision at a time. Incremental growth. That's how you win. Not by erasing the past, but by outgrowing it. By becoming so damn good, so damn strong, that the past becomes irrelevant. The future doesn't care about what happened yesterday. It doesn't care about your excuses, your regrets, your sob stories. It only cares about what you bring to the table today. And if you're still dragging the weight of the past, you're not bringing your best. You're holding back. You're cheating yourself. You've got the tools, the skills, the drive. You've already proven that. Now it's time to prove it again. Prove it every day. Not to anyone else. To yourself. Because at the end of the day, the only person you're competing with is the person you were yesterday. Beat him. Outwork him. Outthink him. Outlast him. That's the mission. And don't give me that I'm tired bullshit. Everyone's tired. Everyone's got baggage. But the winners, they keep going. They keep pushing. They know that tired is temporary. Pain is temporary. Regret, that's forever. And if you keep letting the past dictate your present, Regret is all you'll have left. You think you're waiting for the right time. There is no right time. There's only now. The clock's not stopping for you. It's ticking, relentlessly, mercilessly. Every tick is a chance to move forward, or to stay stuck. Every tick is a decision. Make the damn decision. The past is dead. Let it stay there. You've got work to do. You've got a future to build. And it's not going to build itself. So get up, move, execute. Every second counts. Every move matters. No more excuses. No more looking back. Just forward.